From Fox 15 and KLAF NBC, News 15 Today starts now.
Good Tuesday morning and welcome back. You're watching News 15 Today. I'm Alex Worcel.
And I'm Carter Semino. Thanks for tuning in this Tuesday morning.
Well, we start off with a check of the weather with Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier.
Adam, it's a warm and pretty humid start to the day.
That is right, Carter and Alex. We are tracking those very warm temperatures already in the 70s out there right now in many spots. Opelousas, you're the cool spot at 68 degrees, but that's not saying a whole lot. 72 in Ville Platte, 71 currently in Lafayette, Breaux Bridge, and New Iberia. 73 to begin your morning in Abbeville. Now, outside, we're also dealing with a lot of clouds, and that is because we're seeing that moisture return off the Gulf of Mexico. We have some systems building back to the west in Texas. That's leading to this cloud cover overspreading us, and it's not going away today. In fact, through much of the day, we see those clouds continuing to build on in. By 11 o'clock, we're at 78 degrees, maybe some peaks of sunshine. I will also mention there is a chance at a sprinkle or two here through the morning time, but overall, rain chances are looking to stay pretty low for now. We are going to see increasing rain chances as we get later on to the week, but more on that for you coming up in just a bit.
All right, Adam, sounds good. We'll check back in a few. Moving on to COVID-19 news, nursing homes in the state are seeing coronavirus cases plummet. The Advocate is saying that new cases in nursing homes are seeing its lowest levels since the pandemic began. Officials believe that's because more residents are getting the COVID-19 vaccine. LDH is reporting that more than 80% of nursing home residents are vaccinated against the coronavirus.
Lawmakers in the state are advancing a proposal surrounding vaccine passports. The House Transportation Committee is backing a proposal that would ban the OMV from requiring mandatory coronavirus vaccines that prove immunization. State officials have not indicated that they plan to try to put those requirements in place. It's heading to the full House for debate.
Teachers and students are getting ready after a difficult year dealing with COVID-19. Lafayette Parish is offering alternative state testing sites to limit COVID-19 exposure. With so many kids learning outside the classroom, teachers are concerned about state test scores.
They didn't get as much face-to-face time in, and they're definitely dealing with deficits and gaps from having been out the previous year from March until the end of the school year. So they missed the whole, grading period.
Well, third and fourth graders at many elementary schools will start state testing this week. To learn more about what Acadiana schools are doing to prepare, go to our website at klaf.com.
The CDC is concerned about people skipping their second doses of the COVID-19 vaccine.
New data shows nearly 8% of people who got Pfizer or Moderna never got their second shot.
Kelly Ranke tells us why it's important not to miss that second appointment.
Getting a COVID-19 vaccine appointment is easier than ever, a shot at a more normal lifestyle after a difficult year.
So it's entirely expected to have more symptoms after the second dose.
Health expert Dr. Paul Coley explains the second dose boosts the immune system, meaning you could feel under the weather for a couple days.
But as the immune system activates, you can have symptoms like feeling achy, muscle aches, feeling fatigued, having a fever.
She does not want the possibility of symptoms to discourage anyone from getting a second shot.
Now keep in mind, only 3 to 4% of people in the clinical trials had severe symptoms.
Before going in for a second appointment, Dr. Coley recommends good sleep, hydration, and no alcohol for a few days.
The symptoms are correlated with the intensity of your immune response. So older individuals generally can have more blunted immune responses. And so their symptoms may not be as severe. After just one dose, we know that you have reasonably good protection, 80% according to the real world data. What we don't know, however, is the duration of that protection.
That's why Dr. Coley says it is critical to not miss a second dose.
We know after that second dose that those antibodies last for at least 6 months, possibly longer.
Protection that can make it less likely for someone to transmit COVID-19. A dose of hope to get us through a difficult year.
Coley says medical experts advise against taking Tylenol before getting a second dose vaccine, but you can take it after you start to feel sick.
The U.S. is planning to share its stockpile of COVID vaccines to help other countries. Officials announced Monday that 60 million doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine would be sent to other countries as soon as they were available. The U.S. has already committed to sharing 4 million AstraZeneca vaccines with Canada and Mexico. The U.S. is continuing to look into the safety of the vaccine, which is not yet authorized for use in the country. Public health officials, lawmakers, and world leaders have urged the U.S. to release some of its stockpile while the review continues.
As India fights a devastating second wave of COVID-19 that is killing thousands each day, international efforts to help tackle the crisis are hastening, with both Britain and the United States pledging and much needed medical supplies.
NBC's chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel reports.
India is gasping for air, with more new COVID cases per day than anywhere at any time in the pandemic. This Sikh temple in Delhi is providing what the government can't: life-giving oxygen tanks. Abu Sadat has been trying to get care for 8 days, but he's been turned away by hospitals. Abu Sadat's brother is trying to keep him alive. He's not a doctor, but he isn't giving up. Alex Crawford from our partner Sky News is at an overwhelmed hospital.
They've had to build tents in the car park to cope with the overspill. All these people are suffering from coronavirus. All of them need oxygen.
Others die while they wait. Funeral pyres are now burning outside crematoriums, with the second most populous country overwhelmed by the worst resurgence of the virus since the pandemic began. India manufactures much of the world's vaccines, but it has only fully vaccinated 2% of its own population. India also has its own variant of the virus, and the more it spreads uncontrolled, the more likely new variants are to emerge. Richard Engel, NBC News, London.
A new CDC report finds that a majority of sudden unexpected infant deaths may be due to unsafe sleep environments. Researchers studied 6 years of data involving more than 12,000 cases of sudden unexpected infant deaths, and they found that unsafe bedding was connected to nearly 72% of those cases. Nearly a third were solely attributed to suffocation or possible suffocation. And while 41% were classified as unexplained, they were linked to unsafe sleep factors.
Well, a smartphone app created by researchers at Duke University could help identify telltale signs of autism in toddlers. The scientists analyzed the eye gaze patterns of nearly 1,000 toddlers ages 16 to 38 months to see if they were looking more at the human or the objects in a video. Those who showed more interest in the toys were later diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. The experts say more research is needed to confirm their findings. Still to come, more companies are shelling out the green for companies going green. We break it down in our Consumer Watch later in the show.
And looking at that early morning forecast, some very muggy conditions out there. Good news is we stay dry for now, but we are going to be tracking some rain chances in your forecast. Details just ahead.
But up next, we take you to Vermilionville, where Al Aber will tell you about a French immersion school and what exciting things they have going on. Stay with us. This is News 15 Today.
Rather successful. Like, who would have thought?
What's up, guys? Sure. That's Kaylin, we can stand on the roof. Just let us know. We would for sure jump, all three of us. We would all three jump.
I wouldn't jump, I would fall.
I'll just tell you. Oh, it's so funny.
So we're doing this for the B block?
You say jump, I say how high.
God bless her. She said stand for that long.
Yes.
Wait, is that why it says Olivia?
Wait, you're asking me if I want to join? I get to be in a 3-shot? I mean, I can.
I feel like
I can.
you'll want to chat about it.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Let me just get my. I just got to get my graphics in order.
Welcome back. Time now 5:40. French immersion is a place where students are taught all of the core subjects in French. When they're out of school, they may find few places in which they can gather and speak French.
News 15's Al Hebert found a place where French-speaking students will collaborate, act, and sing in a musical. So we're going to send it out to him now to get some more information. Good morning, Al.
Hey guys, we're here at Vermilionville, one of my favorite places. You know, it feels good just to be here. If you haven't been to Vermilionville, you got to visit. I love this place. I'm here with Sarah Goche and Theater Kadn. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I started the company in 2017 because my background is in theater, but I felt like I needed to do something more. So I wanted to make it culturally relevant and really highlight our culture through performing arts, like marrying my two loves. So we started out doing classes that would incorporate French language and incorporate cultural aspects like the Cajun Mardi Gras or talking about the Grand Arrangement and stories like that.
I love that because I grew up in a time where I was immersed in Cajun culture because all my family was Cajun, but it didn't seem to be as embraced as it is now. And how important is that connection with what you're doing to Vermilionville and all of that?
Yeah, super important. So I moved away when I was 19, and before that I had shunned every Cajun aspect of my life. And then I got to California and realized how special and unique Cajun people are. And I was like, oh gosh, I got a lot of learning to do. So when I came back here, I really dedicated my life to understanding that. And actually my great-grandfather's brother, Thomas Arsenault, was he really tried to bring the Cajun culture back. He started Codeville. He created the Acadiana flag. And so I learned it was really in my heritage, really heavy and strong. And so I wanted to embrace that. And I want to share it with all these little children that are now learning to speak the language. So now it's next level, teach them about the culture.
I love that. And I think there is a boomerang effect when you get away and come back. Hey, we're going to get away from here. We're going to come back to News 15 today with Alex and Carter and Adam and weather and news and a lot of fun stuff. So we'll see you in a little bit.
Weather is fun, I will say. I do enjoy.
Al just teasing the whole show. We'll check back with Al in our next hour. Well, with more people getting vaccinated, capacity restrictions are easing up. But now, business owners are worried they can't keep up with the demand of people wanting to dine in.
News 15's Gabrielle Riles has more about a possible hiring deficit.
I think that people have a cushion that didn't have a cushion before. So, you know, they don't have a need to work at this point. I think that eventually when those funds run out, you know, things are going to pick up.
Sean Bernard is the owner of Uncle Luck's Express Cafe. He has positions available but hasn't received any new applications recently. He's blaming pandemic unemployment benefits.
I think that's been the biggest hiccup. It's been the free money.
Because of it, Bernard is only taking drive-through orders and had to reduce the cafe's hours.
Monday through Sunday, we cut hours and we're opening from Wednesday through Sunday. So we cut the days, and instead of opening till 3, we cut back to open till 2.
It's more than just restaurants.
Unemployment benefits being extended and being as high as they are, it encourages certain people just to stay home. They can literally make more money staying home than going to work.
This caused ShopRite to add more employee benefits than before.
You know, we've increased the starting pay. We've put in some recruiting programs recently with our own employees to give them incentive to try to bring friends and family members on. We've implemented retention bonuses for the people that do come on to try to encourage them to stay longer.
In Lafayette, Gabrielle Riles, News 15.
Well, federal pandemic unemployment benefits under the American Rescue Plan end on September 4th of this year. Consumers are willing to spend green on companies committed to going green. A new Lending Tree survey finds 55% are willing to spend more on sustainable and eco-friendly products. 4 in 10 say they would go a step further and boycott companies that don't go green.
Consumers are most focused on food, cleaning products, clothing, and water bottles, as well as coffee cups when it comes to looking for eco-friendly options. Well, the popularity of gardening has shot up during the pandemic, helping us stay busy, eat healthier, and even providing food that might otherwise be scarce.
Well, Keely Chalmers joins us with the story of a nonprofit setting up low-income residents to sprout new gardens right in their own backyards.
For Wendy Thompson, today marks a new beginning. I do know I want cucumbers and I want onions and tomatoes.
For the first time ever, she's getting a garden.
I'm excited now just looking at it. So I know it's going to be a very good adventure for me.
An adventure made possible by the Portland nonprofit Growing Gardens. Founded in 1996, the nonprofit has helped hundreds of low-income families grow their own food.
We build gardens, we install the beds, we test the soil to make sure that it is good for growing.
And a sense of security at a time when food insecurity is prevalent.
This is really helping the community be able to sustain, grow healthy food, have access to nutritious food, while also healing during this time.
I think it's going to make me eat a whole lot more fruits and vegetables because I have it right there where I can just walk out of my door and go and pick it.
Along with the obvious physical health benefits of the garden are the psychological benefits.
When things are going bad, it's a calming. I think it would be a calming to be able to come out here and go into the garden.
In addition to introducing homeowners to gardening, the program also works with 16 correctional facilities across the state. The program, called Let Us Grow, gives inmates gardening skills and education. This spring, Pacific Power is supporting Growing Gardens with a grant to help fund their programs.
This project is great because it helps low-income residents improve diet, save on grocery bills, and just help the community.
For Wendy, it's a chance to grow, and we're not talking just food.
But I'm ready to put my hands in and grow some things in there and see what I can do.
Well, a hearing is set this afternoon in California in the Britney Spears conservatorship case.
That's right. Spears has been under the complex court-ordered legal arrangement since 2008 when she had a mental health crisis.
Yeah, the documentary Framing Britney Spears came out in February and brought renewed attention to her battle to get her father removed as her conservator.
Her attorney filed a petition last month to make Jody Montgomery her permanent conservator. I know Adam and I have both watched the documentary. You said you couldn't finish it.
I started it and then I don't know, I get...
It is a crazy story for someone so young to be held under those legal restrictions.
Oh, 100%. And then, like, just thinking about her rise to stardom, and then, you know, it kind of puts into perspective, like, the whole, I guess, crazy Britney moment.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
It's like,
it does.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But I feel like other stars have kind of justified, like, what you go through as, like, a child star.
Yeah,
you know?
I couldn't have done it.
No. All right, well, let's move on.
Child prodigy over here.
We've got breakup alerts this morning. Yes.
I had to look up what BUA meant.
I know. I only knew because Caitlin told us. But anyway, rumors spreading that Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde have officially called it quits.
Say it ain't so.
I know. Sources saying that they've discovered that they have little to nothing in common.
Wow.
How about that?
Yeah.
The couple have never confirmed their romance, but after pictures, by the way, don't tell Kaylin that, our producer. She is 100% sure that they are dating. After pictures were released in January of them holding hands at Styles' manager's wedding, of course the internet erupted.
Olivia is directing Harry in the movie Don't Worry, Darling, which will be released later this year. Olivia, who is 10 years older, has 2 children, and was engaged to SNL alum Jason Sudeikis until November of last year.
Little to nothing in common? Really? I could never guess that.
I can see it.
Yeah, pop icon and pop British icon and American Hollywood actress. I'm sure they've got a few things in common.
That's true.
Yeah, sure.
But that age
They're both
gap,
beautiful
though,
people.
I don't know.
They are beautiful people.
We'll go there.
Just like us. Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier joins us next. He's beautiful. To tell us all about your more warm days in the forecast. Stay with us, 5:49 on your Tuesday morning.
That's always cool with us. Just know that. It's almost like a gold star when it's like, hey, Adam's just going to toss to break. It's like,
yeah, because now you get to go have coffee. And
but
like
not
make
even that. I just
calls
don't have to, no offense, I love you. I just don't have to pay attention for a minute.
When do y'all ever pay attention to my...
Nobody.
Always tracking, always alerting. Here's your Storm Track 15 weather.
Welcome back to News 15 today. We are tracking some gray skies out there. I-10 at Ambassador. You can see the clouds building on in here. It has certainly been a gloomier start to the day than we've seen in previous days. Also a much more humid start to the day as well. Look at these temperatures. Currently outside right now at Lafayette, it is 71 degrees. We have clouds in the sky, obviously, and a dew point of 68. This is more of what we would expect, say, in early summertime. A light southeasterly wind bringing in those warmer conditions, that muggier air. Our temperatures, well, it's not going to take much for them to climb up into the 80s today. In fact, even with a little bit of sunlight, though we're going to see a lot of clouds out there, we're still going to get very warm this afternoon. Mid-80s showing up. And speaking of that cloud cover, look at this. Through much of the day, we just stay in the cloudy category. Maybe towards the evening hours, we get down a little bit to where we see some more sunshine breaking through there, mostly cloudy skies, but you're not going to see a lot of that sun today. Tonight, very similar to what we have right now, mostly cloudy, humid, more clouds rolling on in. And then tomorrow, carbon copy, 85 degrees, clouds, maybe a sprinkle in the morning time, but gusty winds. We're going to watch these winds because not only will they be out of the southeast at 15 to 20, well, they could actually gust above 30 miles per hour at times. Let's talk about your late week forecast, though, because, last half hour we talked about some changes, some potential changes in the forecast. I'm going to show you the more optimistic model here that shows showers and thunderstorms beginning Thursday afternoon. By 5 p.m., the line of storms enters the picture here into Acadiana. But look at this, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, it's all out to our east. And by Friday morning when you're waking up, well, it's actually not looking that bad out there. So, with that being said, we're going to be tracking those shower and thunderstorm chances here Thursday and into Friday. Again, the weekend forecast could change. We could get stormier here, so definitely pay attention. We'll keep you up to date on that. We'll be right back after this break, though.
Okay. Just roll the slate. Yeah.